Hi, I'm here today to tell you about The Magician, which is a song on my debut album, which is going to be launched on the 7th of July this year at 7 Arts in Leeds. So that's 777. The Magician is one of my favourite songs on the album at the moment. And I think that's because it incorporates so many themes that are important to me. Written around 2011. And after the London riots, it was in response to that. The London riots happened, it was a build-up of a series of things, and the community exploded, and there was anger and bitterness and hatred and aggression towards the authorities. My reflection on that experience was very much, I suppose in a way I wasn't surprised, and in a way, even though it was terrible and lots of people got hurt, and for people in the area it must have been a terrifying experience for people taking part or passers-by or people in the community. There's sort of a sense of pushing against the system, which I think needs to happen sometimes. I do feel like there was this element of, I think for me, it very much stems from this idea of advertising and the difficulties of subliminal messages. I think a lot of the time we are told that we're not good enough through these messages in adverts, and it's just commerce, it's just advertisers, it's just people finding our vulnerabilities and exploiting them. If I'm worried about getting older or my skin aging, the advertiser will give me anti-aging wrinkle cream and talk about how I will look, much younger than I actually do. This obsession with age and playing on that and working on that. And I think it's this kind of general idea that we don't realise how powerful we are as humans, that it gets to boiling point where we do explode because we don't know how to manage our emotions along the way. We're not, as a society, there's no balance there. It's very hierarchical. It's very difficult to follow your own spirit. It's a massive topic, and it's definitely something that I will be exploring for the rest of my life. And I think that underneath all the layers of this, for me, is about us not realising how powerful we are, and us needing to get angry at people. And actually, I don't think that we do. So again, it probably continues on from the themes that I look at in the song War. And also there's definitely the element of love soup in there. So the love and fear themes are in there. So love soup, the meditation element. Someone described this song as it sounded like me angrily trudging through like up a hill, up a mountain, or through a forest, and getting, more and more kind of angry. And then suddenly I meet a deer in the clearing of the forest, and suddenly I stop. And that's the meditative element right at the end of the song. This gentle soul, this light. There is this light in the darkness, and the darkness can't get rid of this light, and it will overwhelm you because it's so, no matter how small it is, because everything else is so dark, it will be bright. And I think it's definitely about finding that space in ourselves and connecting to that space, that infinite source of energy and light that can change the mood completely. The billboards. How I got there from the London riots is a bit dotted, but certainly that kind of explosion of anger. And I suppose I connected to the anger that I feel. I spend all this time trying to create positive mantras and try to undo a lot of negative teachings from my past, which, in the schools, and goes against what I know instinctively to be true about my spirit and my potential. and that I don't want to comply with the norm in so many ways. And I think we need to break free of a lot of these chains that we've created. And oh my gosh, we've come so far. Like, this is no disrespect to other generations, or, you know, I can help make big changes, and everyone can. And I think it's important that we maintain our relationships with one another. So we don't want to completely push against what is, because it's important that we're all together. It's a slow moving machine. But I think that there's definitely, for me, if I was going to have to focus on anything moving forward, you've got the negative mantras on the billboards, which tell us we're not good enough and we need this latest product. And it's very materialistic and it moves away from spirit. And people spend a lot of time trying to obtain these goods that they think will make them happy, but actually it won't. The happiness is over here, in the positive mantras, in the light. I love myself. I feel my soul. We need to start off with I like myself, let alone I love myself. I like myself, you know, just as I am. Start with small steps. And those are positive mantras I need to incorporate into my life on a daily basis to balance out the negative. So, The Magician is about the power we have as individuals to manipulate. And actually, when we meet the magician, we also are aware of the power of the mind and the power that we do have.